Welcome to the GPX Dog channel. We got Just again, back again. We made a lot of content in my channel, and some of them went viral. He got hit up for a whole bunch of questions, and now he got, how many dogs you got? 6 dogs?
7.
7 dogs.
7.
Yeah. So thanks for coming back to the channel.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And also, I got a couple of questions for you, and people asking me, so I want to ask you about it. So, name some of the best insurance.
All right, so pet insurance is kind of like car insurance in terms of you could call your existing insurance provider. So let's say you have, we'll say Geico, or you have State Farm. You could call them and ask them, do they offer pet insurance? That's the fastest way to find a good pet insurance. Or you can ask your vet. Your vet, they might offer insurance, or they'll give you a different couple of carriers to be in contact with. Okay,
so the pet insurance, is it like expensive? Like what's the minimum and what's the maximum, and like what type of plan do they have and what's the benefit?
Okay, that's a good question. So like, nationwide they have good pet insurance as well. You want me to give you a couple names, or I can answer this first?
Give me a couple names.
All right. So yeah, I'll give you the names of the insurance providers, and then I'll tell you how the plans work. So like I said, nationwide, they have pet insurance. I'll give you all their phone number as well. It's 1-800-540-2016. That's nationwide pet insurance. It's another insurance carrier called Pet Best. I'll give you their number as well. It's 877-738-7237. You have another carrier called Trupanion. That's TRUP as in Paul, ANION. And their number is 1-888-733-2685. And then you can look up this carrier. I don't have their phone number, but you can look them up. It's called Healthy Paws with the S Insurance. So when you give them a call, you let them know, hey, I would like to get pet insurance. First thing they're going to ask you, what kind of pet do you have? Well, I have a French Bulldog. Okay. Well, how old is your French Bulldog, and so forth. So once they filter it out, they'll tell you, how many French Bulldogs do you have? Oh, I have 2. Or I have 1. I have a puppy. I have such and such. From there, they'll give you a quote. The quote can be anywhere from like $30 a month, $50 a month, $75 a month. It's not too expensive depending on how many dogs you have. So if you have 2 dogs, it might be $100 a month for both dogs. And then, that's pretty much, it's not too expensive, but it definitely can be expensive, very expensive if you don't have pet insurance.
Okay. So, like us, we have insurance, like health insurance, dental insurance, and eye insurance, things like that. So does it fit the same way as a French Bulldog?
So for example, they have different plans. So they have a plan where it's like a reimbursement. So depending on which coverage you pick, you can do 75%, 80%, 90%, 100%, which means you'll pay, the vet will pay 90%, 80%, 75%, and you pay the difference. Okay. So you can pick your plan like that, and they'll reimburse you. So you go to the vet, let's say, God forbid, or just a regular vet bill. You go there, got to get X, Y, Z. Your bill is, let's say, $200. You pay the $200, you send the bill off to the insurance company, and then they'll reimburse you based on your coverage. Okay. So that's really how it works. It's some plans where they'll pay for up front, but it's rare. Mostly everything is reimbursement. So if you got to go to the eye doctor, like you mentioned, you got to go to the eye doctor, or you got to get a surgery, that'll be covered.
Okay. So, some people have French Bulldogs, but they can't afford the pet insurance.
Right.
There's any type of like pet insurance that costs about maybe like $5, $10, $15, or maybe they can get it for free. And what's the process of doing that?
The cheapest insurance. So here's another insurance that you might not know about. You can go to your vet. Your vet, they offer something called a wellness plan. A wellness plan is kind of like insurance, whereas though you pay a monthly fee, I say $25 to $50 a month, and that will cover you for all your pet's checkups, all the vaccines, all that's covered within that monthly subscription. So you pay $25 for the month. Now you can go to the vet unlimited times for checkups. Your vaccines are covered, so not paying individually anymore. Because just a checkup could cost $100, $150.
Yeah, pretty expensive. Mm-hmm. So how important is pet insurance?
It's extremely important, especially with the French Bulldogs. They're expensive dogs, so you want to protect your investment. God forbid, you had to get unexpected surgery. Surgery could be expensive. Surgery could be $5,000, $7,000, like just like that. Like I had a homie, he has a French Bulldog, and his French Bulldog had got stuck under his bed and got scratched on his back. Had to go and had surgery. Surgery cost $6,500, and he didn't have insurance. So especially if you're going to be breeding, you definitely want to have insurance, especially with these C-sections and stuff like that.
Okay. So I know you just recently had new puppies. Yeah. So once the puppy actually comes out, you put pet insurance automatically on these puppies, or you just wait for a couple of months? So
that's a great question. So how do you go about deciding which pets that you want to get insured as a breeder? That's different from, just a pet owner. So as a breeder, you have to think about which pets, which Frenchies or which dogs out of your litter are you going to keep? The ones that you are going to keep for yourself, those are the ones that you should definitely insure. Because, we only had the pups for about 8 weeks, 8 to 12 weeks. So it's not, you don't have to have the insurance during that short period of time. I recommend telling the owner to get the insurance because, it all can add up. It can get expensive.
Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of things can happen between those 8 weeks. Mm-hmm. So does the pet insurance have plans like, hey, I'm going to insure my dog for just 6 months, 5 months until they get sold? Because things can happen. Right. Like, let's say that your dog 8 weeks, gets stuck under the bed and probably damage a paw or something. Right. So, and you don't have insurance. Right. Can you have a plan that temporarily give your puppies insurance, like for breeders that have businesses?
No,
or that's like a 50-50, is like a risk.
I was about to say it's a risk because when you do the insurance, they ask for your pet's medical records. Mm-hmm. So you're going to want to take the risk of playing with the insurance because then it's like you running the risk of dealing with fraud, insurance fraud. That's like you don't have insurance on your car, you get in an accident, then you try to get insurance the next day, and then a week later you put a claim in. You put yourself in a bad position to, investigate and so forth like that. So I wouldn't recommend getting insurance afterwards if something serious happens.
Okay. So,
my bad. If it's something minor, of course, you can do what you do.
Okay. And I know you name a couple of insurance. What's the best insurance in your opinion, and why is the best?
I think it's all based on, your needs and your pet needs. So, for example, I like the wellness plan. I like the wellness plan because the wellness plan is the one I was telling you could get with your vet. I like that because, your vaccines and everything is covered up front. The cost is covered up front. With the insurance, with the regular pet insurance, you'll get that on the back end. So, God forbid, like I said, you got to pay $5,000 for the surgery. I'd rather have that paid for up front than me wait a month or so to get the money back. But like I said, just having insurance, whether you go with wellness, whether you get
The regular pet insurance just definitely has some type of insurance.
Okay. And speaking of vaccine, you mentioned vaccine. Is vaccine important for puppies?
No,
because like some breeders can skip that process.
No, you can't. You can't. It's like a baby, it's like a newborn. But you can't skip any vaccines. Your puppy should be getting dewormed on a regular schedule. Then you have to get the vaccines because God forbid you skip a vaccine, now your dog gets sick or gets infected, and then that leads into a bigger problem. So one vaccine could have saved you from having to get a major surgery.
Okay.
Or let's say your other pets, your other dogs, they can get sick.
Okay. So we about to end this interview, and you have 7 French Bulldogs. Yeah. Is it expensive to maintain them?
Yeah, it's expensive. It's expensive, but it's manageable though. Like you learn as you go. Like I just had my first in-house litter, so I had 5 puppies. I did the whelping by myself. I did the whole thing by myself, for real. And all my puppies are healthy. All my pups, everybody did good. So, I give myself a pat on the back. It's a lot. It's a lot that go into. You got to feed them every 2 hours. Stuff happens. I had to be a doctor. I wore a lot of different hats. Syringes, giving them their medicine and stuff like that. It was definitely a learning experience, but we did it.
Right. And you mentioned medicine. When you have pet insurance, does the insurance pays for the medicine or is out of pocket?
So when you had the insurance, they'll reimburse you for what you paid at that visit. So they'll pay you back for that medicine that you bought. Like you'll get reimbursed. But let's say with the wellness plan, I said the vaccines are covered. So let's say you gotta get, we'll say a COVID vaccine, that's covered. But if you go for an ear infection and now you have to get prescribed medicine for that treatment, you'll have to pay for the medicine. But the visit was paid for. The visit was covered. Okay. But the medicine and treatment, you pay for that.
Okay.
So that's where it could work, where it was have the wellness plan and the insurance.
Okay.
I recommend that too, because they both had different benefits.
Okay. So since you have 7 French Bulldog, is your 7th French Bulldog available to the public?
Yes. So out of the 7, I had the mom and dad, Astro and Sky, then we had 5 pups. So we had two females and we had 3 males. Out of those, we have 2 males left that's available that have not been reserved yet. Got my twins right here. Twin boys. Y'all interested? They are 10 weeks, 11 weeks now. They had their shots ready to go to their forever homes. We would love to keep them together. But I know how things go. So, y'all want to make an offer on the TYB twins, get you some nice merles, platinum and cream merles, start your camp off right. I'm give you the game.
Okay, and where they can find you to contact you for your Frenchies?
Y'all can find us on our YouTube channel, TYB Frenchies. That's TYB as in boy, Top Young Bosses. Y'all can find us on Instagram, TYB_Frenchies, or on my personal page, Just Real, JUS_Real.
All right. Perfect, Just. So thanks for the interview, and I'll see you on the next interview.
No, thank you for having us, GPX. Make sure y'all subscribe to my guy, GPX channel. If y'all in Florida, y'all anywhere, not even just Florida, anywhere in the United States, contact my man GPX behind the camera. He's gonna bring your dreams to life. TYB, Top Young Bosses.